soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force. You are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck.
Time has a way of evening most men out. Men's great deeds, their horrible doings, and their mediocrity are usually equalized over time as they join the millions of the forgotten. Only the world-changing events are held in our conscience, and who's to say how long that'll last? The men involved with those great events also stay with us. World War II is one of those world-changing events that we're not going to forget for a long time, whether it's the horrifying concentration camps or the heroic efforts of the Allied forces on D-Day. It still stays with us over 70 years later. One of the great generals of that war was Dwight D. Eisenhower. Eisenhower's accomplishments are many, from West Point to Supreme Allied Commander, to the first five-star general in American history, to Supreme Commander of NATO, to President of Columbia University, to President of the United States of America. You would be hard-pressed to find anyone with a more impressive list of accomplishments. What kind of drive was it that he had that made him so different than the others throughout history? It's easy to take the accomplishments of Eisenhower's presidency for granted. He signed the Federal Highway Act of 1956, giving the continental U.S. their interstate highway system. He balanced the budget while in office, a feat that only 3 presidents have done since. In fact, he balanced the budget 3 times, a feat that only one other president accomplished. He sponsored and signed the Civil Rights Bill of 1957 and even sent troops to Arkansas to deal with an issue arising from that situation. He also started NASA, which in a few short years would send men to the moon. And perhaps most important, he kept the U.S. out of military conflicts. For the most part. I said for the most part. All presidents have their supporters and opponents, and Eisenhower was no different. He was called the hidden hand president, meaning that there were others behind the scenes actually calling the shots, and he was more of a talking head that cared more about his golf swing than the country. He also had health issues while in office, and he seemed more of a reactive president than a proactive one. He was criticized for taking so long to support the civil rights movement. NASA seemed to be more of a response to Sputnik than anything else. He even had the U-2 debacle right before the end of his presidency. Even with all of that, Gallup still found that Eisenhower has the highest overall average of job approval of the last 11 presidents. So what's the point of this video? It's not to add more praise to one of America's most highly rated people. The point is to shed a little light onto the mindset of this man. Time has been kind in remembering him and his policies, but he did have some failures along the way. He did go to West Point, but he was a completely average student. It's also an interesting fact that this great war general served a total of 0 days in active combat. It wasn't for lack of trying though. Eisenhower wanted to serve in active duty in World War I, but was ordered to stay at the base and continue to train and prepare the troops for that duty. One of his first missions as a general cost 6,000 troops their lives. And while he did have a fast rise in rank, going from lieutenant colonel to 5-star general in only 10 years, he did join the army in 1915 and didn't make it to lieutenant colonel until 21 years later. In fact, 16 of those years he served as a major. He was frustrated and not moving to where he felt he should be, but he never stopped doing his job. He never stopped trying to improve himself, either mentally or physically, learning new tactics, as well as reading contemporary classics. He was well-rounded, and in today's world of instant satisfaction and overall impatience, we sometimes lose sight of the fact that things don't generally just happen overnight or magically. So what can we do in this case when we're not getting the promotion we feel we deserve, or we're not working the position or have the life that we feel like we deserve? Continue and strive to do our best and improve ourselves.
Now, on Friday noon, I am to become a private citizen. I am proud to do so. I look forward to it. Thank you, and good night.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It means the world to me. Eisenhower's such an interesting guy, and there's just so much information out there on him. But I thought that this was kind of a cool idea, looking into his mindset. Let me know what you thought. If you have any ideas for any other videos, put them in the comments as well. Be sure to subscribe, and I've got a really interesting video coming up pretty soon. It's going to be the most challenging video I've ever done, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully 2 weeks from now, probably 3 weeks. But anyway, until then, be sure to subscribe and like this video, share it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!